Most people drift through life lost in a fog, chasing success, approval, and meaning from a world that doesn't care. They end up broken, empty, or trapped in a cycle of their own making. But 150 years ago, a philosopher named Friedrich Nietzsche cut through the lies with a truth so sharp, most can't handle it. By the end of this, you'll see exactly where you've been misled and how to reclaim your power. So lock in, because what you're about to hear isn't just thought-provoking. It's the key to breaking free from a system designed to keep you small. Nietzsche didn't believe in comforting illusions. He saw life for what it is, a relentless struggle for power, not a fairy tale of fairness or destiny. Here's the raw truth: your deepest desires, success, love, purpose, they're not divine gifts. They're drives rooted in your will to power, a primal force pushing you to dominate, create, and overcome. When you chase that promotion, that dream partner, or that fleeting moment of glory, you're not seeking happiness. You're fighting to assert your existence in a chaotic world. Nietzsche wrote, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." But he didn't mean it as a cliché. He meant life is a forge, and every struggle is a hammer strike shaping who you become. Most people dodge the blows, craving safety, only to end up soft, weak, and purposeless. Think about it. How many grind for a paycheck, only to feel hollow when they get it? How many chase followers online, only to feel more alone than ever? That's not bad luck. It's a design flaw in how you've been taught to live. Society sells you a script. Work hard, follow the rules, and you'll be rewarded. But Nietzsche saw through it. The system wants you obedient, not powerful. It rewards conformity, not creation. The average person trades their potential for a cage of comfort, and they call it success. Nietzsche's warning is clear. If you live by someone else's values, you're already dead. You're just a ghost, haunting your own life. This isn't about rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's about recognizing the game you're in and refusing to play by rules that chain you. Ever notice how the world celebrates mediocrity? How it shames ambition as arrogance? That's not an accident, it's a trap. The system doesn't want you to rise. It wants you to beg for approval. But here's the twist. The power to break free isn't out there. It's in you. And Nietzsche's lesson isn't to fight the world. It's to master yourself. Stop blaming society. Stop blaming others. Start building the strength to create your own path. But this is just the start, because the next truth is even heavier. It reveals why most people stay stuck in a life they hate, and how you can rewrite the rules to win. Stick around, because what comes next will show you how you've been sabotaged your entire life. Nietzsche saw what most still refuse to face. The world isn't built for your greatness. It's built to keep you small, distracted, and dependent. While society preaches equality and fairness, the real game is power. And the person who ignores this loses every time. Here's the brutal reality. You've been conditioned to seek approval instead of power. From school to social media, you're taught to crave likes, validation, and acceptance. But Nietzsche warned, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. The tribe, society, wants you to conform, to dilute your strength, to trade your fire for a pat on the back. Look around. The average person is drowning in a sea of distractions. They scroll endlessly, chasing dopamine hits from notifications. They work jobs they hate to buy things they don't need, all to impress people who don't care. Nietzsche called this the herd mentality. It's not freedom, it's slavery disguised as comfort. The modern world has weaponized this. Social media isn't just a tool, it's a machine that turns your attention into profit. You're not the customer, you're the product. Every like, every follow, every algorithm pulls you deeper into a cycle of comparison and insecurity. And while you're busy chasing virtual approval, your real power, your ability to create, to lead, to overcome, atrophies. Nietzsche's answer: become the Übermensch, the overman. Not a superhero, but someone who creates their own values, their own meaning. The Übermensch doesn't beg for approval. They forge their path through discipline, courage, and relentless self-overcoming. This isn't about dominating others. It's about dominating your own weaknesses. Consider this. The average person spends 145 minutes a day on social media, according to a 2023 study. That's over 1,000 hours a year. Wasted. Imagine what you could build in that time. A business, a skill, a legacy. But most won't. They'll stay trapped, chasing the next notification, wondering why they feel empty. Nietzsche divided people into two types, the herd and the creators. The herd follows, obeys, and consumes. The creators build, challenge, and transcend. One lives for others' approval. The other lives for their own vision. You see this everywhere. The worker who sacrifices health for a job that doesn't value him. The influencer who sells their soul for clout. The dreamer who never starts because they're waiting for permission. These aren't victims, they're volunteers. But Nietzsche didn't just point out the problem. He gave you the tools to escape. The first step to freedom is to face reality. Not the fantasy sold by society, but the raw, unfiltered truth. The world doesn't owe you anything. Not success, not happiness, not fairness. The only thing you're guaranteed is struggle. And that's not a curse. It's a gift. Struggle is the forge where power is built. The person who thrives today isn't the one who waits for approval or follows the crowd. It's the one who carves their own path. And the final truth, the hardest one to face, is that the game is only rigged if you play by someone else's rules. This is where most give up, because the next truth cuts deeper than anything else. It's not about the world. It's about you. And the moment you own that, everything shifts. Nietzsche uncovered a truth that modern science now backs up. The greatest obstacle to your power isn't society, or others, or even bad luck. It's your own mind. Most people are their own worst enemies, sabotaged by doubt, fear, and a need for external validation. Nietzsche called this the slave morality. Not because you're weak, but because you've been trained to value humility over ambition, safety over risk, acceptance over excellence. The slave morality makes you apologize for wanting more, for standing out, for daring to be great. Consider this: when you hesitate to take a risk, starting a business, asking for a raise, or chasing a dream, what stops you? It's not always the world. It's that voice in your head saying, "What if you fail? What will people think?" That voice isn't yours. It's the herd, programmed into you. Nietzsche's genius was seeing how subtle this control is. It's not chains or cages, it's invisible. It's the guilt you feel for wanting power, it's the fear of being too much. It's the endless loop of comparison that keeps you small. Modern psychology confirms this. Studies, like those from 2021 on social comparison, show that constant exposure to others' highlight reels on social media fuels self-doubt and inaction. But here's the game changer. You can rewire your mind. Nietzsche's call to become who you are isn't poetry. It's a battle cry. It means stripping away the lies you've been fed and building a self that doesn't need approval. It means embracing struggle as the path to power. Look at the people who thrive. The entrepreneur who risks everything and builds an empire. The artist who creates despite the critics. The leader who stands firm when the world screams to conform. They're not lucky. They're not gifted. They've learned to silence the herd and act. Nietzsche's final lesson is this: power isn't given. It's taken. Not from others, but from the chaos of your own fears and doubts. The world will always try to pull you back into the herd. It will tempt you with comfort, distract you with noise, and punish you for daring to rise. But you have a choice. You can stay small, chasing approval and safety, or you can become the creator of your own destiny. Here's how to start, right? Now, first, audit your life. What habits, people, or beliefs are holding you back? Cut them out, ruthlessly. Nietzsche said, "That which is falling must also be pushed." Second, embrace struggle. Start that project. Take that risk. Every failure is a lesson, every scar a badge. Studies show that people who face challenges head-on build resilience and confidence over time. Third, create your own values. Stop living for society's applause. Define what power means to you, whether it's wealth, impact, or freedom, and Chase it unapologetically, finally act. The world doesn't reward dreamers, it rewards doers. Nietzsche said, "Do not talk about giftedness, inborn talents. Great men simply have great resolve. This is your wake-up call. The game is rigged, but only if you play by the herd's rules. Stop seeking approval. Stop fearing failure. Start building the life you were meant to live." Nietzsche's truth isn't easy to hear. It's a slap to the face, a challenge to rise. But the moment you embrace it, you'll see the world differently. You'll see yourself differently. So what's it going to be? Will you stay in the herd, chasing shadows of meaning? Or will you step into your power, become who you are, and forge a life that's yours alone? The choice is yours. But choose fast, because time doesn't wait. If this hit you, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's wake up the world, one mind at a time.